Being able to categorize weeds as either annuals or perennials, and grass-like or broadleaf, is vitally important when selecting a method of weed management. To frame your thinking on weed control, let's refer back to the IPM triangle. You need to be able to categorize the weed you're dealing with in order to decide on a management tactic. There are 4 types of controls: biological, cultural, mechanical, and chemical, which includes both synthetic and organic chemicals. We'll focus on cultural, mechanical, and chemical control. Biological control for weeds is not typically used in our home or small garden situation, but can be used to help remove some invasive plants from the landscape. First, let's talk about cultural management options. The goal of cultural management is twofold: to make the environment less hospitable to weeds, and to make your desired plants good competitors for the resources that they need: water, sunlight, and nutrients. The ways to do this include optimizing plant density and health and mulching. A healthy plant has a better chance of competing with weeds for resources. This can be done by making sure the plants are installed with proper spacing, that you mow to a good height, and that you select appropriate plant varieties for the conditions you're growing in. When you buy a new plant or seed pack, the instructions recommend how far to space your plants apart. This recommendation should allow the plants enough room to reach their mature size during the growing season and fill in the planting area. If you space plants too far apart, they may not fill in, and that leaves gaps of exposed soil. Weed seeds in the soil seed bank can then be exposed to the right conditions and germinate. In some instances, planting things closer than recommended can help minimize weeds in your landscape. However, there is a flip side to this. Planting too densely or too close together can lead to disease problems due to too little airflow and increased humidity. So remember, not too dense, not too sparse. You want them to be just right. Weed control in your lawns is best done with proper fertilization and watering, and proper mowing. Dense and vigorously growing grass mowed high will naturally outcompete many weeds. Weed problems begin to occur when mowed too short, or the grass isn't appropriately fertilized. It's also very important to select the right plant for your conditions. A good phrase to stick in the back of your mind is the right plant for the right place. For example, you don't want to put plants that are shade-loving in a sunny spot, or plants that don't like their roots wet in a location prone to saturation. Plants grown in the wrong environmental conditions are more prone to stress. They are less likely to outcompete the weeds. Using an organic mulch, such as shredded wood chips, offers many benefits to the garden. Spreading mulch can cover exposed soil, which minimizes weeds from germinating. Mulch can also smother any small weeds that do happen to germinate. Putting down mulch, like the straw shown here, is most effective against annual weeds rather than aggressive perennial weeds. It also makes weed control by other means more manageable. If only 3 weeds pop up, it's a lot easier to pull those out than pulling out 300 weeds.